Good evening, Mangalani. Am
And
I
how are you
audible?
doing? You very much audible.
Hmm.
And I see Raymond, I see Osana, I see Galela, I see Homo, Osana. You are all recognized. So how was your day, guys?
You don't give other people's mic, so obviously, which means you would want me to say my day was fine.
Yeah. Well, no one has requested, and hence I haven't given them the mic to speak. No one has requested yet.
Okay, somebody just requested for a mic. You're the one that is going to approve it.
Yeah.
In one of the robbery cases, and those bloody fools are going to be sentenced to probably 30, 40 years. So, yeah, I'm over the moon. You don't want to know how overjoyed I am. It was a case of robbery and hijackings and all that. And I always say, as a South African, if you are going to commit crime in South Africa, that's the worst form of unpatriotism, if I have to call it that. I expect if a Zimbabwean or somebody commits crime and all that, but not as African guys. Let's talk to our brothers and sisters. So now, yes, these bloody fools are going on a long vacation, and I'm happy. So yeah, let's here for now. Thanks.
No, we like to hear that, LL Cool J. That's good news. We want to rid our country of all criminals. You know, there's nothing that pains me like the thought of maybe it's because I have girls. The thought of them not being able to walk at night for fear, it really it really doesn't bode well with me, considering that if you go to a country like England, UK, London, Edinburgh, and all those Glasgow and all those things, you see women walking alone at night at 8. But here in SA, women are not allowed to walk at 6, let alone, don't even during the day, sometimes they need to check, they need to watch where they walk. So it really depresses me, the thought of that. But then again, we are leaderless. You know, there's something that is bothering me, and I'm saying that because I had a chat with somebody, because I'm getting a lot of, you get a lot of hate SMS, not SMSs, a lot of hate DMs, because my DM is open and all things.
Mhm.
And I'm getting a lot of people who are saying, no, but you know what? Things were good under Zuma. And I always tell them, look, under Zuma, I don't remember Zuma actually issuing a statement saying all foreigners needs to be deported. And we had high unemployment. You check the number of graduates that we're producing every year, and you compare that number of people who are getting employed, you actually realize that this country is going down. So for those people who are always asking me to support Zuma, I'm sorry, I don't believe in Zuma's president as bad as Ramaphosa. I know people say no, but Ramaphosa is better in this. But by the way, we're getting load shedding under Ramaphosa. So to me, all ANC leaders are the same. They don't have interest for South Africans. They have interest for others. And I had some saying, no, no, no. I I always read his own words. That was Mbeki. He said, and I challenge you to go find that clip in YouTube. Mbeki said there was this multinational company that wanted to build a smelter in, and that smelter was going to employ thousands of South Africans. Why they wanted to build it in Mpumalanga? It's Mpumalanga is closer to Maputo, to the port. That was their preferred province. You know what ANC did under Mbeki? They advised that company to go build a smelter in Maputo. So I'm looking at, I'm saying, surely this man had no interest for South Africans, because I've never heard of any country in Europe or America saying to a company that wants to invest in your country, go invest somewhere else. And when he was asked, he said, well, it's important to develop the entire region. And I'm looking at it, I'm saying, yes, it's develop the entire region, but how many unemployed people here in SA do we have? So why would anyone, any sane leader, any leader with a brain cell decide, well, we don't want this investment that will create thousands of jobs, that rather be done somewhere in some other country where you have no control. You can't even, I mean, you don't control the political situation, the social here in your country where you have control, but you're telling the investors not to come. So before anyone tells me about Mbeki, sorry, and it was Mbeki in 2007 June, I still remember. 2007 June, he issued a moratorium that says no foreigner should be deported. It was Mbeki in 2007. And for those people who always say, no, but Mbeki did this and this, I'm sorry, I don't subscribe to that. To me, all ANC leaders are the same. For the fact that you are happy to see a graduate unemployed, and that position is taken by somebody else who comes from outside. And by the way, those foreigners who are forever getting into our issues, talking about our politics, please always remember that here you are just like a squatter. If you want to talk about please go talk about your Zimbabwe. We won't interfere with what is happening in Zimbabwe. But don't come into South Africa and we are just giving you a space and then suddenly you want to immerse yourself into our politics. So relieve our politics to us. Can you imagine somebody coming, leaving their home, coming to your house, and when they are in your house, they start telling you what's wrong about your house? Get off my house, please. Go stay in your house. So for all Zimbabweans, sorry, call me xenophobic. Actually, I like it when they call me xenophobic. I'm proud of wearing that badge because to me, I'm patriotic. And if being patriot, it's xenophobic, I'm happy to do that. I'll wear that badge. I don't have any problem. This morning, I'm learning that, look, there's 1,000 kilometers worth of copper cable that was stolen. You tell me the Transnet is considering going back to diesel. They were in electric, now they're moving back to diesel. This country is going down the drain. And then you tell me now I must support Ramaphosa, I must support any ANC leadership. I'm sorry, it's happening right under their nose, and none of them say anything. So for those people, I know some, I saw someone who said that, and it's in the space. I'm saying that to them. I'm saying, I'm sorry, I'll never, ever, over my dead body, I will never, ever vote or join ANC. I cannot be part of the destruction of our country. I love my country more than any organization. I don't care what organization is, but what is important is the country and the future generation. We can't afford to have these thugs running our country. You inherited a country that has top class infrastructure, you run it down, and then you want to blame somebody else. I'm sorry. You inherited a country where unemployment was less than 5%. Now you go to Mozambique, you go to Zimbabwe, you go to Nigeria. You ask all the Nigerians, all the Zimbabweans to come in here. We can't even breathe in our. You walk in Hillbrow, it's like you are a foreigner in Hillbrow. Amia. Oh, what up, my friend? I'm sorry. I'm not part of that. This is my country. I don't go to Lagos and do those things. I don't go to Abuja. I don't go to Harare. In fact, to be honest, they won't allow me to do any of those things. My apology, guys. Enough of my rant. I'm just getting frustrated by these
No,
people.
we all are. Don't worry. We all are. We get where you're coming from. That's why we are here.
Yeah, it's just that, Bongs, this thing, it really gets my blood boiling that we have people who don't care about what is happening in the country.
Like I have a dream. I have a dream that you know what? When they go home, these guys who claim to be refugees, but they go home for holidays, they are refugees. You know, my dream is that when they go home for holidays in Christmas, December, New Year, we close the borders. We make sure that we intensify, you know, the borders that they don't come back. We make the message clear to say, you know what, your countries are not in war, and there's no what do you call, natural disaster, because as far as I'm concerned, if you are a refugee, your country must be in war, or it must be ridden by a natural disaster of any kind. So are you telling me that there's a war in Nigeria? Is there a war in Zimbabwe? These people must go.
Yeah, enough. I agree, Bongs. Enough of these people. I mean, we can't breathe anymore. I mean, our country is just every day. Look, there's just one problem after another, and we are supposed to be okay with it. You know, these people, when they were sitting in Morogoro somewhere under the tree, we thought they were discussing strategic things of how to govern, how to progress, how to develop your country. But no, no wonder most of them, when they came back with pusa face. But they were screaming, no, a revolutionary should not be drinking alcohol. And we were surprised. Some of them, when they came back, came back with pusa face. Where do you get pusa face if you're not drinking? And now the same people, they want to tell us how this country. And when we talk, you tell us, no, 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 but you must look at these other people who came in 19 whatever. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in what I'm seeing, what I'm looking at it now. In any
Exactly.
case, Africa had kingdoms and Africa had borders. The fact that it was not documented, was not formalized as in written in a document, doesn't mean there was no borders. I remember, and by the way, before the so-called the colonizers came, this count they were Africa was full of wars. If you look at how the Ndebelés ended up in Zimbabwe, when they got to Zimbabwe, they were also fighting the Shonas. It was not peace, it was not hunky-dory. Now you want to romanticize African history, and you want us now to feel, yeah, no, no, I'm sorry. We have boundaries, and we had boundaries before the colonization. So you can't tell me, well, no, let's have borderless Africa. What is that? Do you have people just walking
Boundaries are
in and
as
out?
old as mankind.
Yeah, and now you want to suddenly want we should feel okay about it. No, I'm never gonna feel okay about this nonsense. I'm not. And before anybody who comes in here and tells me, no, African don't, no, sorry, we have more important things. You know, nothing pains me like seeing somebody who was told, you know what, you go to school, after going to school, you go to varsity, you get your degree, you come back and work and make sure that you contribute to the society. You have gazillions of those people here in South Africa. They've done everything of what they were asked to do. Guess what? They can't find employment. You know why? Because promise moyo or think again, shiburi or something like nyasha or something. They've taken those jobs. You go to companies. You know what? The first people who are at the top, you find Zimbabweans. Why? Because they're cheaper. You look at downtown Johannesburg. Anybody who stays in downtown Johannesburg will agree with me that downtown Johannesburg, all the caretakers, they are Zimbabweans. All. You look at PRASA. PRASA is a state-owned entity. The entire security is dominated by the Zimbabweans. And then you have somebody telling me that human rights, what? Why don't they talk about human rights in UK? Why don't they talk about human rights in USA? Why Botswana? Something that Kwena sent to me as it was breaking. Botswana restricting a lot of participant by foreigners in some sectors, and I thought it was very good. And not a single person talked about it in ANC. They all went under the tables. They're hiding because they have you know, they've got no balls. These people, they can't stand for their country. All they do is they all want. You have this CR Ramaphosa, something. He wants to be Mandela. Mandela. We are still negotiating. I mean, no, we are going through the process. It's 4 years. What has he done? Nothing. Okay, guys, let me give somebody else a chance. Kwena, I was waiting for you. If you are ready, you can go through. But yeah, Kwena, if you are ready, you can go through. I was waiting for you to give us it. I saw you were going on and off. Hence, I was talking. Kwena, are you? What's happening with Kwena again?
Don't tell me it's network. Come on, Kwena.
Hi guys.
Okay. Let's give. I see Devoted Citizen has been on the line for quite some time. Devoted,
Yes, ma'am.
quickly, but
How's it?
as soon as Kwena comes on board, we will cut you off if you don't mind.
Okay, no, I don't mind, comrade. I don't mind at all. How's it?
It's Patriot, not Comrade.
Okay.
Comrade is the other
Oh,
one.
okay, comrades. Okay,
Yes.
comrades are the ones who are selling us.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, I really support what you just said now, man. Like I've noticed these guys, they even have small organizations, and then you'll never find South Africans having such things in their countries. So these guys, they are really here to take over. And then if we don't do anything, we will find ourselves in deep trouble. We need to do something while it's still aid, and then we cannot wait for our government to work for us. We need to protect our country. We need to gain our country back. You see. So I don't know. I'm not sure if maybe you have noticed already. These guys, they have opened a small unions here. Like there is a Zimbabwean community, Somalian, Nigerians, and then they talk shit about South Africans, and then they think like they own South Africans, and then they act like they own South Africans. You see, so
Yeah, they own South Africans. Why do you think the Ethiopians were prepared to pay ANC fat cats 100 million for citizenship? It's because they know they own them. People who have no backbones, they can't even stand up for what they believe in. If at least we expect you to stand up for your family, your family and your country. Even if you stand for nothing, I expect you at least when it comes to your family and your country, you must stand up and be counted. But these people have none of that.
yeah. So I don't know, Hore, what is the plan going forward to gain our country back?
When I was going to talk about something before we drill down into the actual plans. That's why we're a bit concerned that it looks like she's being sabotaged.
Okay.
But we are counting on you. We are counting on you, Devoted Citizen. It needs to be every one of us who is on this call, every one of us who is on this space. We have to feel it.
Yeah.
We have to feel that this is our country.
True.
We have to be nationalist. We have to make sure that we protect our country. We know these guys, they were under the Morogoro tree, they were doing nothing. No wonder they were, what pains me a lot is these guys comes here and tell us that no, this, and you ask them a simple question. We know this. We know Oliver Tambo was going all over Africa. He was going all over Africa on whose ticket? Just go check the record books. Whose plane? He was flying on whose plane? You then realize that these guys are fake. But at least we're not asking for much. We're just asking them to protect this country. The sovereignty of this country is more important than any of them and me.
Very true.
So I expect, Devoted Citizen, I expect you, please, man, join us when we have some of these things that when I will outline. It's a pity that she's struggling. I don't know what's going on with her.
Please, I will join happily, and then I will even like to be a member of whatever that you are planning to do. And then I'm not.
Please DM me. Please DM me with your number. We are compiling a list. I said on my side at least. I don't really mind. I can if it means going somewhere or going to the union building alone, I'm happy to do that.
Yeah. And then
I've said to people, I've seen what Lamola did, I've seen what Masina did. If you really feel strongly about it, you can do it alone. Because I really feel strongly about this country.
Okay. No, I will definitely DM you my number.
Thanks, man. Stay on the line while you're waiting for Kwena. She's having issues. I think what I'll do, I'll just kick her off and ask her to join again.
Okay.
It could be that.
Then you can put me as a listener.
Fantastic. Okay, thanks. And we are happy to have you as a contributor.
Yeah, I've been looking for this kind of.
Oh, sorry. I was Raymond.
While we are waiting for Kwena, what's happening today? Raymond, sorry, Raymond,
Okay.
go for it while you are waiting for Kwena.
Okay.
Go for it.
My issue with this, is the problem in South Africa is that there is no political will, to tackle the problem of illegal immigration. And I always ask myself, when South Africa folds, you know, and becomes another failed African state, where do we run to as South Africans? Is there another home that we have, other options that we have as South Africans? If we let our country be destroyed in the way it is being destroyed by people who owe no allegiance to South Africa, by people who are economic migrants, by people who are using, loopholes in the system, to come into South Africa, because the majority of people who are here in South Africa are economic migrants. They are not refugees. They are not asylum seekers, but they have used loopholes within the system and also in cahoots with officials in the Home Affairs Department, to get into the country. I mean, we used to travel to the UK, but this day you can't travel to the UK because the South African passport has been devalued by people who have no interest in the betterment of South Africa, who have no interest in seeing a prosperous South Africa, but who are here, to take and destroy. And I think South Africa is our last line of defense as citizens. We have nowhere else to run to. We cannot run to the UK or to Europe because they don't want us there as Africans. And I think as South Africans, it is time that we stood up and defend our country. I think I'll end it there for now.
Raymond, Raymond,
Yes.
you have captured it well.
Thank you.
You hit it on the head. It's about time citizens we take ownership of this country, because these guys have no interest of this country at all. The other day I was watching Zondo Commission. Someone was selling the country. You know what? Because he could go to Cape Town, sit in Cape Town with its Nyazi for 2 days. Is that enough to sell your country? I'm sorry. I mean, your brain you have to be having a small brain, a pea-sized brain, for you to be excited that you can go to Cape Town and stay in this Lani hotel, and that's enough for you to sell your country. I look at that person today. He's the deputy president of intelligence. I mean, you can't tell me a thief. You can't take a thief and make him deputy president of something, the deputy minister of something. A thief.
Yeah.
Somebody who's corrupt. And now you turn around, you tell me that, oh, Ramaphosa will fix this. And somebody says, I said, no, a load shedding started with Ramaphosa. I never said that. Load shedding started with Mbeki. It went to Zuma. And
Yes.
it was Mbeki who, when I remember when the Afrikaners, for God's sake, Afrikaners had interest of this country. They went to Mbeki and said, Mbeki, here are the projections on the board. They put it on the board, on the projector. They said, based on this, we will run out of electricity by this date. So we better make sure that we start building new gen. You know what he said? Oh, we'll cross the bridge when we get there. There's no such. He was coming with his philosophy. And I'm looking and saying, I mean, you can't call such a leader. The guys had numbers on the board. They put the numbers. They said, this is how much electricity we are generating. This is how much we need to electrify this type of this portion of the country. And based on this, and it's in your document, you ANC people, you want to electrify the country. So please make sure that we build more stations. No, you know what they did? They went and bought some useless arms that they are nobody even knows how to operate that submarine today. It's sitting somewhere else in Cape Town. Nobody knows where.
There are planes that are sitting somewhere in Limpopo and Bloemfontein. Nobody knows how. There are no parts for that. And then you spend how much? 130 billion. You could have spent just 10% of that in electricity. And now you want to turn around and say, these people know what they're doing. I'm sorry. They're selling this country because they have no idea. So thanks a lot for that, Patriot. I'm just today I just got really upset. These people really.
I'm also very emotional about this issue because it speaks to the core of our values. And the question we need to answer is, what legacy are we leaving for our generations and generations to come for our country? Is this the legacy? Is this the hands that we want to leave our country with? I think that's the critical question that we need to ask and answer as South Africans truthfully.
And Raymond, I will ask you that question. I will say to you, Raymond, because now I think it's about time that it has to be an individual thing. I will say to you, Raymond, what are you doing about it? What are you prepared to do about it? Because enough of us just talking or enough of waiting for somebody to do something. We need to, you and me, we need to be prepared to do something ourselves.
Indeed, I think we need to conscientize people. We need to create awareness around, the ticking time bomb that we are facing as South Africans, because I truly fear for the future of this country.
Thanks, Raymond, for your submission. Kifilwe, you can have a minute or two while we are waiting for Kwena. Kifilwe, the floor is yours.
Kifilwe, the floor is yours. Josie Girl 1. Come through. I just accepted her now as a speaker. I don't know what's going on.
Sorry. Yes,
Kifilwe, are you there?
Can you hear me? Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't actually mean to join, but now that I'm in, I will just put my 2 cents forth. I'm just thinking, this is probably the 3rd week that I've been on this chat, and I think that we can do as much as we can as a group on the side, but we also need to think about, on a political front, how are we going to get the country behind this? Because fact of the matter is, until we have political will and the right people in positions at the top, it's going to be an absolute uphill battle to get anything done. So my thinking is, because I'm thinking about 2024 at this point, 2 years is obviously a long time. Seems like it's actually not that long, but it seems, it's enough time to really, really get people behind something. And I wanted to find out from you guys, what is the plan on the political front? I know that there's kind of law, there's you guys are taking law avenues and such, but politically, what are we going to do in the next 2 years as South Africans pushing this? Because I used to work as a travel agent. I have seen so much, we would have these Nigerian families come in with fresh passports, South African passports, and you just go, how did you get this? And you can even go on YouTube and you just search on YouTube how to get papers for South Africa. There's a bunch of Indian, Pakistan videos with contacts, who to call if you want to come to South Africa. There's testimony in the comment section. So, but anyway, my main question was about, 2024. Is there anything planned? Because we need to get South Africans en masse to get this government out.
Kifilwe, can I answer
Yes.
you on that? Ne? Yes, already, as you might have been aware, during the past couple of weeks while we were doing this space, we were talking in build up to the election of what parties we are aligned with, in terms of the Put South Africa First movement, what parties relay the message that we, as this group stand for, and of course, these leaders, they'll have to act. They'll have to, hit the ground running in terms of what they've been saying during their campaigns. We saw with Herman Mashaba, of course, winning, I think it's number 3 in the city of Johannesburg. As it stands, he can be a kingmaker, in that municipality, and we know that the city of Johannesburg is, the economic hub. Is where, most of the immigrants are in, right now as it stands. So we'll have to see. Also, Patriotic Alliance, Gayton McKenzie has said it that, his main, objective is getting illegal immigrants out. So, now we've got them, the 2 seats, if you may say, for now. But then it's all about them exercising that power, in the right, manner, to say, what, these people have put us in this position. Now we have to, make them proud,
Yeah.
and also, give they gave us, their vote. We'll give them our word,
So
and way of action.
yeah. So I see that and I hear that, and I think it's important, to use. Okay, so we got 16% in Johannesburg. Yes, it's amazing. It's never been done before, but it's not enough to really do anything.
It's not enough.
No.
True.
But I
Yes.
think the story of how Action SA, became as big as it did, as quickly as it did, needs to kind of tell a story about how important it is to be a volunteer, because I was part of the many, many, many volunteers in Action SA, and it was quite literally just ordinary people every weekend relentlessly spreading the message. So I think if we can back a horse, I don't really care what. Obviously, I'm all about Herman, because Herman saw all of this stuff when he was mayor. If we can back a horse and push it like hell, because we don't have time. We don't have time for 2029 and whatever elections after that. We don't have time.
Yeah. True.
So I think if we can, the point about Action SA is that individuals put together can make a hell of a splash. Now you cannot turn on the news and not hear Action SA, even though we only contested 6 municipalities. We're not a national party yet, but we are in everything. So it's important.
And we are gaining momentum. The main point is we are gaining momentum.
Right.
This is just the start.
Right.
We should be encouraged. We should be optimistic as well. As you said, it's just over a year old already. Number 3 in the city of Johannesburg. I mean, who would have thought?
Exactly.
Julius Malema already is scared.
Exactly.
So
I think, yes.
You know what I think? 2024, it's a long-term project. I fully agree with you, and I feel your pain as well. So it's a pity that we are not getting somehow when is having issues, but I'm on the line with her and she's indicating she will come through. I think what we need to do, we need active citizen on this thing, Kifule. When we organize campaigns, we want to make sure our campaigns are as peaceful as you can ever get. The reason is we want to make sure that all the like-minded South Africans join us in this fight. It's a fight that we cannot afford to lose, and we have to win the fight, and we have to make sure all citizens join us. And
Right.
all I can simply say to you is when we have these campaigns, we won't be doing these campaigns under the banner of any political party.
Yeah.
It will be a political campaign, and we want to make sure that the government feels our presence. I can tell you now that the fact that we have been talking and talking and talking about it, it made it easy for Herman and Gayton to talk about it because they know that the masses are receptive to our message. So now we will be asking for your support when we have these campaigns. Please join us. It's important that every South African contributes. We are not talking about contributing financially. We're talking about your presence. That's what matters.
No, we just need bodies, exactly.
Yes. Thanks, Kifilo. Let's give, while we're waiting for that, Kifilo, if you don't mind, let's King George. King Josh has an update for us, and then after King Josh, we'll just give time to few more others if Kwena is not coming on board. We'll give you the mic after King Josh. Just bear with us, please. King Josh.
No. Before King Josh goes on, we have Kwena. Kwena is back. She just created a backup account.
Oh,
Ne?
okay.
Let me just accept her as a speaker. It's Khadi Yabashi. Ne? I think she's connecting now, yeah, because I think she was having a problem with network, I think, but now she made means of creating another account. So let's see what happens. But okay, fine. King Josh may go through at the moment. Let's see if she connects.
King Josh, the mic is yours.
Yeah, good evening, Patriots. I just want to give an update about the contemplated legal challenge to Zim permits. Yeah, as I've indicated last week that we're going to have an urgent application about this issue. While I was in process to proceed with this matter, I got in touch with or rather the lawyers of Mario Kumalo contacted me, and we discussed the matter a bit, and they had a different point of view to what we contemplated. So their interruption arrested the progress of this matter on Monday, because Patriots will remember that I indicated that by Monday the Minister of Home Affairs should be having our urgent papers on his desk. But that did not become. I was speaking to Mario Kumalo's lawyers and advocates during these past few days, and we agreed that we're going to meet on Monday, so that I can we or rather we can see what is their their approach or their input as to our contemplated legal challenge. So the the update, Patriots, is that on Monday I will be meeting with the lawyers of Mario Kumalo, and then from there on, we will proceed. They want the matter to proceed, and I believe that by Monday we will be having a way forward as to how we're going to proceed with this matter, and then we will proceed accordingly. Thank you, Patriots. That is what I think I have to say regarding this matter. Thank you a lot. Thank you, Mr. Malangani.
Thanks, King Josh, for that update. And obviously, on our side, that is one, like we said, that we are not putting all our eggs in one basket. That is one avenue that we'll be pursuing. But our program of action, as we discuss, will continue. And we are appealing to everyone who's on the space to hear the program of action and be part of it. It's important that we get our country back. Doesn't matter how long it takes, but we have to get it back. Otherwise, we are seeing our country moving from first world to third world right in front of our eyes in a single generation, something that is unheard of. Let's Bongs, it's Kwena ready now, or we can
Nah,
give a mic
not
to
yet. Kwena is not ready. I think, yeah, it's her network. She can create 10 accounts still. He don't accept.
Okay,
And
let's give.
it's unfortunate that it comes, at
No,
this crucial time.
it's fine. Let's give who or what chance to say a word or two. The mic is
Okay.
yours.
Hi guys, Patriots, and I would like to first thank you for giving us this platform. For me, it's been like years trying to fight this. We didn't have leadership on this one. I remember when Lerato Pillay started this whole put South Africa first. It was only a few who joined, and fortunately enough, I was one of the first who joined the PSF. Our country has been taken by the immigrants who undermines us wherever we go. It feels and it seems like our country is no longer our own. But it's so unfortunate that they don't know that we fought for our country. We did not. It was not handed to us. We fought for it. They still don't know. Actually, they ignore the history behind us having to, um, own this country uh, as a rainbow nation. We are being treated unfairly by the people that we trusted with our lives, with our home. They don't acknowledge us as the citizens, or rather the people who are actually South Africans. It's so sad that our children today, they they can, or they might lose their home, and we do not have any other place where we can go to. I've been abroad. I know what it feels like to be a South African. I'm not gonna say to be an immigrant from another country, but particularly a South African. It's not a good thing to be a South African. You are being mistreated. You understand? So for us, it's a good thing that we have this space to voice our opinions. And I would encourage everyone in this space right now to take part at being, a patriot. Um, According to what I have noticed from June up until now, we have gained a lot of members under the Put South Africa First hashtag. I remember when Lerato Pillay would started this, he would post, and there'd be only a few comments, a few likes, or none sometimes. And I was one of those people. I would post, and only a few comments, or none at all. You see, so people would discourage us, would call us names and stuff. And I'm happy to see that there are people now. A lot of people who are on this space right now are new to me, because I have been looking, I have been checking, and doing my own surveys. Um, I can tell you that a lot of people have joined, and people are starting to wake up in South Africa and hoping that we will fight against this influx of immigrants. And Kifilwe, my sister, thank you. Keep it up. We need more people like you. King Josh, I'm watching you, my guy. Please keep it up. We are behind each and every patriotic out there who are actually pushing the Put South Africa First. Yes, it was even stopped from trending at some point. The Put South Africa First hashtag. It was actually blocked. I think from Twitter to from trending, and then it came
Uh,
back after a
you,
long,
you
long
know,
time.
you know.
Thank you, sir.
So,
Sir,
so no, no, no. Sorry to cut you short, man. We just have Kwena who's struggling to connect, and she needs to give us an update. You can come through after her update if you don't mind, man. Sorry.
She's back.
All right. Thank you, because I'm just gonna have this load shedding in no time. So I don't know if I'll be able to, but it's fine.
Right.
I'll stay in line, sir.
Good. Kwena, the floor is yours, please.
Am I audible? I had to create a second account, everyone. So this is my backup account, I guess, going forward.
You are. Thanks.
Uh,
Thanks, Kwena. Go ahead
yeah.
before you.
No, good evening, patriots. I'm back. Please follow this account, but don't try to follow it in numbers because I don't want it to draw attention. So what is happening is that Put South Africa First, MBI, she's the one that registered the match for us. Unfortunately, today when we went to the offices, we were told that on the 17th, there's 2 other matches that are happening. And those 2 other matches that are happening, one they said is AMSA, the other one they don't want to give us of who is matching. So AMSA, I think, is the ones of the workers of the municipality, as you have known that they have been marching since. So that is what is happening. So we moved the date to the 24th because that was the only open time, actually. They showed us a bit of the draft about the calendar. So we saw the calendar, and then only on the 24th. The reason why we accepted to move the match from the 17th, it was because of if anything happened on the day of our match on the 17th, maybe from the other group or any other people, it was going to be as if it's us. And you guys, you already know that, as you know what, I can't remember his name. There's one next to me. You know what? Yeah, you know what it's saying, that before there's been challenges because of, even now, you guys, I think you can see that we are gaining a momentum. A lot of times you see the Zimbabweans, they try to attack us, but the minute that you guys you end up actually swearing at them, insulting them, you are giving them a more upper hand, actually. So I would try to encourage everybody, when you are engaging with them, please try to stay calm, try to stay away from insults, try to not even threaten them. Let them do that. Don't do that. Don't be taken by emotions. So that is the reason why we moved the match, is because of if anything happens on the 17th, they will blame us. So I didn't want to announce that earlier. So we're gonna have to move the match. Unfortunately, it is what it is. I hope those were saying that no, we can't come on the 17th, is short notice, this will work for them, which means everybody will be available. So which means now everybody has a week in advance. I'll tweet it on my other Twitter account. This one is just mainly gonna be for space purposes because I can't use my other Twitter account for space because I don't know what is happening with what. So that is the update that I have from my side.
Kwena, I have a question. You say it's 2 matches happening on the 17th, ne? The one is for municipality workers. The other one, what's it related with?
They didn't want to show us, even on the calendar, it's not written, to be honest. It was not written. I saw the calendar with my own 2 eyes. MBI actually even took a picture, which we can't share because if we share with one of you, it must just start, trending on social media. So no, we can't do that.
Yeah.
So it's there. I think I will send you to Mangalani to confirm what I'm saying. It's only the 24th. The whole of November, there's different kind of matches. And I want to tell you guys, not that I want to speak bad about free men. The free men's match is not there. It's not registered. I don't know how is it not even registered. It was very surprising when we saw the calendar because it wasn't there.
The free what?
So that match, that free men's match, that guy Freeman, I don't know him that well. He's on Twitter. I think on one of the groups that we are at, you guys were sharing his match and saying it's on Saturday. So that match is not registered according to them.
Oh, yeah. I saw that one. I thought maybe it's that one you're talking about when you say there's another match going on. My suspicions led me to think maybe it's that other, that led me to being confused to say, is it us or what's happening?
Nah. So even as the reason why we moved, it was just for rather we match in a small number, if it's gonna be a small number, and don't ban things other than
No,
people
there's no
banning things,
banning.
and then we are getting blamed. Do you
Eh,
understand what
Kwena,
is happening?
yes, Kwena.
Yes.
So have
Uh-huh.
you secured the 24th?
Yeah, no, the 24th, it's fully secured. There will not be any other thing. They'll call us for a meeting next week. I think they said on Tuesday they will call us. So, which means going forward, I need people that are saying that one of the are going to be available in Pretoria. I need marshals. I think I'm gonna need about 20 marshals to 30 marshals. So I need names of individuals that are saying that they are willing. Because once we go for the meeting with the police at the police station, obviously we're gonna have to produce marshals, the names of the marshals, and whatever that when you fill those forms requires. Are you saying something, Mangalani? Mangalan?
No, no, he was not
No,
saying
no.
anything.
I
I don't think.
wanted you. I wanted you to finish your point, Kwena. I'm not saying anything.
Oh
You're
yeah,
saying
it's
on.
she's put South Africa. She's here. We are saying that I think they said they will call next week Wednesday to arrange for the meeting before the match takes place. Remember, you have to meet with the police to do the
Yeah.
final routine to say this is the streets that we are going to use. So the match it is secured for the 24th.
Make sure I'm first on the on the name of people who will be assisting. Make sure
Yes,
my name
so
is
they were
right at
even
the top.
asking if there's anyone that is going to give the speech. So if there is any other thing, I know for a fact, I've been speaking to one of the journalists from Limpopo. They've been saying they want a sound bite. So I don't know how many other people would want a sound bite. So please do alert me before that. So I'm able to actually pass on to Put South Africa, so we remind each other of who said what and what and this will happen. So we are secured for the 24th, which is the other Wednesday. So those of you that were saying no, this one is short notice, I hope they will be available. So yeah, that's it.
I think for intelligent sound bite, we must get somebody. We must fly someone like Alumnamda, Alunamda from Cape Town. We must fly him up here to Pretoria. He will give them a nice, intelligent sound bite.
No, I do agree. Comrade Alum can be utilized in many ways, actually. So yeah, so that will be, I think, even going forward, I'm encouraging everybody that let's use what Put South Africa has already posted on her timeline on Twitter, especially the small posters. So those of you who are in Tshwane, I know Bonks, you are in Tshwane, so which means me and you, we are going to lead it by example in Tshwane. We are going to paste those kind of things in the street as of next week. So you cannot say no. So you're the first person that is going to volunteer. So everybody must do that in wherever they come from. Those posters that we have, I think we just need to readjust the date, and then I'll type that again. But then just do that and then invite people, let people know that we are marching as South Africans. Go to taxi ranks, go everywhere where you can actually. So yeah, that's what I want to encourage everybody to do.
And sorry, guys. And please, if there is a way, those who have drones, they can take videos. We do not have media that's going to cover the whole march. Videos on everybody's cell phones, pictures and everything, because we need to educate South Africans that this is what is happening. We want our country back. We do not have any media coverage. We will not have it. So please, guys, I encourage you. We do not have influencers for that matter. We have nothing. We're just ordinary South Africans that are actually fighting for their own country. So please, the only way is that we document whatever that will be happening on the 24th. Thank you, guys.
You know what? Are you coming?
I was about to ask him the same question, actually. Are you coming, Patriot?
Patriot, it's unfortunate that I will be working, and I would love to be there. And it's even so unfortunate that I'm not even able to disclose my location. I understand there's quite a lot of people who are actually listening. I'm unable to disclose my location. However, I would love to be there. If it was on Saturday, I would have been able to come, but unfortunately, it's gonna be during the week. And honestly, I would love to come. So, guys, please, those who will be there, I'll make sure I do whatever that I can. I've been doing this for years. I won't stop today. So, please, guys, let's push. This is our country. We do not have any other home except for this one. We fought for this country before. We will do it again. It doesn't matter who is fighting against us.
Thank you for that. I honestly, I will be encouraging each and every unemployed graduate to be part of this march. This is more for them than anyone else. If you see the damage that is done to them, any graduate that you know of, please encourage those. And it's graduate, it's any person who is in health sector. If you check in health sector, there has not been any increase of staff, but they are somehow the people, the nurses and the doctors, they are expected to serve the whole of Africa. The government has put in the moratorium 2 3 years ago. They are not hiring anymore. So to me that is enough. To me that it's enough. Encourage every single person in the health sector needs to join this march. It's for them. And graduates, I've been to a few hospitals. I'm not talking about private hospitals, I'm talking about the government hospitals. You will see nurse saving 30 people, and then you ask yourself, how is this possible? Not even under apartheid that was happening. So it's happening now. Those people are stressed, and they're expected to carry overweight people by themselves. It's horrible, guys.
You go to the clinic, you'll be on the queue number 110 in front of you, people who are not supposed to be there.
On that note, Patriots, my friend, um, he was sick. He went to a public hospital. Um, the doctors there were Zimbabweans, and the patients were also Zimbabweans. And when he only asked for to be given a drip, so those guys, they did not, pay attention to him. He spent like half a day waiting. He decided to go to a private a surgery. I think when he got there, it was a Nigerian, and the nurse was also a Nigerian. To his surprise, because he wanted a drip, to his surprise, the nurse was not couldn't even like insert that needle on his vein. He couldn't even find his vein. I'm talking about someone who's weightlifting. So his veins are like out there, like you can actually see them. So she couldn't even find or insert that needle on his vein. Like he was like swollen when he came back. You understand that? That actually means that this person are not professionals. Like today, I was reading a newspaper. One of the doctors, someone who actually uh, personates, I don't know whether he is a doctor or what, he was arrested because he was giving out sorry, this is it medical certificates um, to someone who actually needs them. So they were buying these things from this guy, and the guy is a Nigerian too. So these guys are not here to help us build the country. It's all about destroying and taking. Just imagine 100 kilometer of copper that has been stolen. We've had this copper for, I mean, I grew up like seeing this copper, not even knowing if it has like this so much value. But today we have like nothing, nothing. So, guys, I beg of you, anyone, we do not have influencers, we do not have celebrities, even the ones that we thought were on our side, they left because they have been paid. We only have ourselves to fight for our own country. So let us fight.
Thanks. You know what? Thanks a lot for your message. There's something else that we need to talk about, compatriots. You know, the court cases that are ongoing. Each one of us, we have experiences of how badly this immigration affects us in our societies. So, what we also need to do is, you know, the Zimbabweans, they are coming with their funny stuff. They're trying to um, force our government to extend that those permits. So what we need to do on our side, patriots, is have uh, we need to write up something that will be taken to the court as well as supporting evidence or documents to indicate that we as South Africans, we are against what they're trying to do. If you see their court papers, what they've sent, what they're trying to do, it was that company that was registered now in August, and I'm tempted to think that the documents used to open that were fraudulent, as in the IDs and all those things. You, it's that African MIT, African Amity or something. I can't remember what it stands for. And 34 others. That 34 others is some Zimbabweans as well who want citizenship. So all of us who are on this space and others, if we can write up something as an individual indicating how this immigration is impacting us, the influx of foreigners is impacting us, and we can attach it to the current case that we believe the state, as King George indicated, we believe the state is opposing that. So that is the minister, whoever was cited in there, is opposing that case by the Zimbabweans. So as citizens, we need to support that. So when it goes to the court, and it's free of charge for that matter, we don't have to pay anything. We just need to provide with supporting documents, and that's sufficient. And that should be enough, and we don't have to pay the state, obviously, because the case is the state, and we become the friends of the court, and the state attorney will present that as evidence that is not just minister or the police commissioner or the president who's opposing that. He also has citizens who are also against it. So it's important that if we can, let's write up something as an individual. We don't have to write it as a group. We can write it as an individual. And that will go a long way to assisting the state as well.
Not just breaking documents, they're allowed to take pictures, especially those who stay next to like informal settlements. Let's say maybe you stay in woodland, mainland. You see those informal settlements because they end up bridging electricity. So you can take such pictures to say, no, these people, they close to us. This is what they are doing. This is how influx affects our life. When you are at the hospital, when you can't get services or get attendance by the nurses. Those are the kind of things you must take such pictures to be supporting documents. So you actually file them with that. So just remember to put the dates and to be clear of where exactly. Let's say if it's George Mukari, it needs to say George Mukari. This is the sister that was busy, and you know, even if you don't remember maybe the whole of them, but at least remember one person to be the supporting document in your supporting argument. So that is what but again, Put South Africa was encouraging that we must do as individuals, wherever that you are. Actually, you're allowed to submit it to. I hope that I was clear until the end.
Yes, yes, you were
Yes.
very clear, and we heard you, and we thank you for your input. Can we have Save SA?
Yes. Just a
Uh,
second. Thank
okay.
you. In terms of the pictures, like 2 days ago, I took some pictures of these illegal miners, or I'm not far from them. They are actually just next to M2. This whole thing that's happening, um, the killing of South African citizens by these illegal miners, Abu Zamazama, including the Sotho nationals. It's not far from where I stay. I can take pictures. I can share them. Like I can go to that place where there's a this gold refinery. I can go to that place because even the police, they don't bother going that to that place. So I can share the pictures to anyone who wants the pictures.
No, you must be the one to submit the pictures by yourself because it's in your area. So even myself, Swallows, can you please switch off the mic? Yeah, okay. You need to submit the pictures by yourself actually to say that you are, let's say, for example, I'm in Mokopane. Let's say, Mokopane, this is what is happening. We have this amount of people as foreigners in informal settlements, maybe let's say next to Chrome Park, because Chrome Park we say is the suburbs, you understand? So they end up actually, let's say they end up stealing our electricity, so it needs to come from somebody from exactly from that community. It can't be from somebody from outside that community because you can't say they directly affecting you. So it needs to be where you stay. I hope I answered you right. So which means if you can't do it, get somebody from the local community and then use that person or go with that person to use their ID as the person that is filing those supporting documents, because maybe you work for the government or there's other security measures that you are trying to avoid. So you can do that with somebody else's names.
Yeah, I understand. I understand. I'm sure you answered. You actually helped like a lot of people who actually wanted or were considering doing that. Unfortunately, my community, they were even protecting these immigrants during the unrest. So, well, I can say I am one of the few who are actually fighting against them.
Uh, sorry, Lindoputle, we still have people on the queue as speakers. We will give you a chance to speak. Let's first allow Save SA if you know what is answered by Kwena.
Okay.
Okay, it looks like you know what is answered. So let's have Save SA. The mic is yours, Save SA.
Lebo, the floor is
Okay.
yours.
Okay. While she's still preparing herself, let's give the mic to Queen first, and then we'll come back to Lindo. Queen, the floor is yours, please.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for accepting my request. And I just wanted to mention that I'm also in the employment of government, and but I'm definitely coming on the 24th. I'm going to put in leave. I'm going to have my mask on, my cap. Some of us are not supposed to be seen in the public space, but I feel that this thing of not attending marches is actually killing the momentum, and it makes us not to have the numbers. So I feel that we really need to be out there. We really need to meet as well. I would like to meet you guys. And there's a lot of things that need to be done. I feel that we are too many but divided. I'm always up and about speaking to Zimbabweans as well. You know, I want to understand their mind and I want to understand what they are thinking and where their influence is coming from, because you cannot fight something that you do not understand. You know, a lot of people can attest here on the space that I am always engaging Rutendo, and respectfully so. You know, I don't fight with them. I just want to understand what is the purpose of their visit here and what their intentions are. And when I speak to them and I engage them, they're never really clear on exactly what their plan is. It seems as if they don't have a plan. Their intentions have always been that they were going to stay in South Africa, because most of them, when they were running away from the regime in Zimbabwe, they always found refuge in South Africa. Even Mnangagwa at some point, he used to stay here before he went back, after they had removed Mugabe from the throne. So another thing that I want to voice out is that I believe that we need to learn from history. I believe that the struggle that we are facing now is similar in a lot of manners to what happened in the apartheid era. Like I look at what is happening now, and I feel like we are still facing an issue where our forefathers, our grandfathers were forced to carry dompas. You know, I've got the spirit of Usobukwe, whereby he refused to carry Amadompas. I've got the spirit of Umam Charlotte Matreka, whereby she refused to continue carrying Idompas. And I felt like it's the same segregation that we are being forced to live with people who are actually taking away so much from us, you know, as South Africans. So I want us to take from them in how they selflessly gave up, you know, and they gave up their time, they gave up their money, they gave up their everything just to defend, you know, their livelihoods, and that and those of their kids, you know, at that time they would leave their homes in the early hours and to go gather at the nearest police station asking to be arrested, you know. So those people at that time were willing to even go to that length. What are we now willing to do as South Africans facing this pandemic? These people are a pandemic. They are killing people. They are, you know, doing so many things. They're doing so many criminal activities on a daily basis, and we're sitting watching them, you know. So I just want to say that I still feel that we still need to organize. I'm based in Kempton Park. If there are people in Kempton Park who would be leaving for the march, can you please DM me? Can you please, you know, I feel that our lives are not as much in danger as those people in the 1960s, you know. But I sense some fear amongst our people, you know, and our youth, as Mangalani said here, that those who have graduated, he wishes that they could come through for the march so that they can fight for their positions. But what our government has done is that they have giving this youth with if you can look at the learnership programs, if you can look at the internship, they would give them a stipend of 3,500 and make them sit there and tell them that they're giving them experience. So most of them also now, they are stuck in those programs. So that is why you don't see a lot of them now marching anymore. You know, you don't see a lot of them
Exactly,
coming out.
exactly. Queen, it's the EPWP program.
Yes, yes. So that is one of the other things that they are trying to silence South Africans, you know. And I mean, what are you going to do with 3,500? How much is petrol? How much is food? You know, how much is transportation to get to your destination? These people are supposed to be taking care of their siblings. If you have been to tertiary, you know how much the bill is for you to graduate. I'm a graduate myself, you know, but I want to tell you guys now that what is happening inside the ANC, I used to watch inside the SRC, inside the COSAS, inside all those, what is happening now with the EFF. So those people, when they are inside there, they get promised jobs. So that if you can go to your Department of Labor, your Department of any departments, you will find that it was all the people who were involved in those SRC campaigns and stuff like that. They never applied for those jobs. They were taken and put there by their COSAS members at that time and stuff like that. So those people are protecting the regime of the African National Congress, which is not representing us as South Africans. The people who represented us as South Africans are your Steve Biko, are your Chris Hani, are your Winnie Mandela, and all those people were sabotaged. You know, we were sold out, guys, and we need to understand the depth of the struggle, and we need to understand why those people had to be killed, like Chris Hani. Those people never wanted to part with the with the I'm sorry with the land, and we need to understand that it is these are baby steps, but um I still feel that we can do more as put South African first, but can we at least make an appearance? I am begging you people. I am begging that on the 25th, on the 24th, it's almost the end of the year. So we've got our leave days. Just take one day of your leave day, put it through. I am going to be there. I am coming on the 24th. I want to meet you guys. I'm going to come there, and I want to make sure that we sit even after the march. We sit down and, you know, we talk face to face or in depth as to how we would like to see this organization move forward and the structures and stuff like that, because we always say that we will do that after this phase, but it never happens, it never
Can,
materializes. And I feel that it's because of time constraints as well, but also I want to say that maybe this once per week can also be extended to twice per week, because sometimes there's so many things that I would like to discuss, and I feel that there's little time and there's so many of us who want to say stuff, you know. So
can
I
I
will
just
just
can I just jump in quickly? Sorry, just to your point.
okay.
Have we as this whole group done? I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Have we done the work to ask what it is that puts people off from coming to these marches? Because, you know, messaging is very important. I've got many cousins and family members who are graduates who are not working, and they have nothing to do with government, but they still will not go to a march. I think it's messaging. So that's my question. Have we done the work to find out what it is that is putting people off, so that we don't have another march and then, you know, the numbers are low and then, you know, we're upset and we want to give up?
Well,
When
Can
Kifilwe, let me
can I
try
answer your
giving
question, Kifile?
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Malangeni, and thank you, Queen. Kifilwe, what happened was during the early ages of this
Is
xenophobic.
somebody talking?
Remember
Because I
the word
can't hear
xenophobic.
anything.
Yes, I am talking. Can you hear me? Hello?
You know what?
Hello?
I can hear you.
All right, sir.
Yes,
Thank you.
I can hear you too. Go on, we're listening.
Okay, Kifilwe, during the first stages of this xenophobic,
Mangalani, you were going to answer my question.
I'm sure she can hear me.
No, you know, Kefilwe, can you hear me?
Yeah, 100%.
Can you hear? You know what?
No, every time he speaks, I can't hear anything. It's just quiet.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. Because he wanted to give a brief background as to what has happened, but let me take it from another perspective. And this is the perspective that we had discussion with a lot of people about, and there seems to be a general consensus around this. Unfortunately, over a period of time, the movement has been, I'll choose the word carefully, has been contaminated, because we also had people who wanted to play politics,
Yeah.
though the movement itself, it's not about politics. And the minute you start playing politics, you get involved into factions and all those things, and before you know it, you have lost your meaning. So we have been pushing hard to say we are not going to be political about it, but, and there's a big but here, we are not apologetic about supporting parties that support put South Africa first ideology. And that ideology, it's clear that Mashaba has captured it well on action, from Action SA. It's also clear that Gayton Mackenzie from Patriotic Alliance has captured it well. And you also have ATM and Republic Conference. Those are the parties that were in the forefront of putting South African first. So we are not apologetic about it. We, in come 2024, if no other party supports that, we will be supporting them again, because for us it's about the objective, and we want to make sure any party that it's in line with that objective, we will support it. So that's precisely what we have been able to gather. But now that elections have passed, even though we were saying we support them, we are not active members of those parties. Some of us are just pure citizens activists. We are not involved. I don't have a membership of any political party. But I'm not saying people who have membership of political parties is wrong. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that the objective of the movement will stay being put South Africa first, and will make sure that we drive the agenda of being patriotic in this country, and we are not going to apologize about that.
Okay.
As for the apathy in the graduates, you're right, Kifilo, but I think there are a lot of things that, a lot of youth in this country, they are at a point where they've given up. And when you talk about put South Africa first to them, they are already in their minds, they're already thinking of politics. So it takes a while to convince them that this is not about politics. This is about being active as a citizen of the country. And it's about making sure that we follow all the laws. Where we don't agree with the laws, we make sure that we campaign, we lobby, and make sure that the laws are changed accordingly. I
Okay,
hope
so
I've answered you.
yeah, so I hear you, and let me just be frank, because let me just speak frankly. I'm not so sure that it's, yes, the element, there is this element of politics, but then there's also, with the Put South Africa First movement, there is this cloud of immediately people label it xenophobia, and then they want nothing to do with it, even though we know it's not that. Now, my question is, you've probably seen with Mashaba, he's had to, like a parrot, explain Action SA policy a million times. Is there a first document that explains exactly the position is on foreigners and South Africa's sovereignty? Because for my cousin, my family, you say put South Africa first, they cringe, they think, Donald Trump, whatever, it's all this political correctness stuff, right? So that would be my question. Just is there some kind of document specifically so that every time you say the words put South Africa first for this movement, this is what we believe explicitly?
I was trying to answer your question. I understand that Mangalani did not really answer your question, hence you are asking the same question again.
Sorry, if you know who's speaking, I can't hear anything. Actually, let me leave and come back. Let me leave and come back. Maybe I'll be able to hear you.
Yes, I was going to advise that.
Yes. Okay, let's wait. I'll wait for her to come back, because unless there's someone else who'd like who'd like me to continue with the answer.
Yes, no, I'm not going to continue with the answer. It's nobody here. Just a brief. I've just joined the space. Shout out to Mangalani. Thanks for the space. Nobody here. Don't ask around. Hard to be found here underground. So greetings, my people. Really,
Nobody. For the interest of fairness, do you mind, please, if we allow Lindo to go before you, and then you'll go after Lindo? Is that okay with you?
that is perfectly fine. But I was just going to do a sidebar while we were waiting for it to come back.
No. I don't mean Kifilwe. I'm referring to Lindo.
Okay.
So let's give Lindo a chance, and then you will come after that, if you don't mind, please.
Thank you. That's right.
Thank you. Lindo, go ahead while we're still waiting for Kifilwe.
Thank you very much, everyone. I'm Lindo. I'm from Newcastle. As we were talking about these illegal minings, and the stipends and whatnot, and the EPWP. Here in Newcastle, we have, I think, several cases. One with the municipality, they fired about 200 and something municipality workers, including traffic officers. So now, and they replaced those officers. I don't know where those guys are from, but you can see the traffic officers' car of the municipality around town, but they're not working. They don't do anything. Secondly, to these ones of the stipends, they fired traffic officers and the ones that are cleaning town, which were paid, fully paid. Now they just hired those EPWPs so they can rob the youth. And also we have the problem with there's a mine that is about to start somewhere around in Danhauser. And then those people, they didn't even go to the community to do everything to tell the community what's going to happen. They just had a meeting last weekend, to tell the people that this is what's going to happen. They already fenced the place that they're going to occupy without the community's consent. So in those cases, I don't know what to do about them, because the community is pissed off about that. And it seems like the government is not doing anything about it. And they said they have the mining rights and whatnot. When we asked them about the mining right, the documentation and everything, because they even told us that they have title deeds, they never provided any of those.
Lindo,
yes.
Thanks for your submission. I'm sure you are aware that all of us on this space, the reason we have this Put South Africa First is that we really got tired of asking or begging the government to do what they're supposed to do. Hence, we want to do something so the government can actually do something. So, what I will advise you to do in that, since we are a civic movement, drop me your DM so we can discuss as to how we can work around what you are experiencing at the moment, and if we can organize one or two things and see if there won't be any movement. Because talking and talking, we realize that we will talk until, and all of us in this space, we are just as frustrated as you, Lindo, and it's painful. I see there are a lot of people who are saying they don't want to speak because we have Clayson Munyela as the listener. Guys, you don't have to be afraid. Clayson is just listening. So you are a civic movement. There's nothing to fear. Ask to speak. We'll give you a mic so you can speak. You are not planning to overthrow the government. You are just, in fact, if there's anything you should be saying, you should be speaking your mind so Clayson can hear as well how frustrated we are. I think this is the time where we should be really speaking our mind.
Just by the way, yes, I can hear. I was able to hear, now that I'm back.
Yes. So let's have what answering you, and then we'll move to the next ones. You know what? The floor is yours. I give an answer to Kifilo, please.
Okay, thank you, Malangani. Kifilo, my sister, this whole xenophobic idea was meant to just silence us as South Africans, as it does not work for any other country. Take for instance Botswana.
No, okay, sorry.
It does not work.
I know.
Okay,
what I was going to say. I know the
yes,
xenophobia thing.
yes, I'm going back to where it comes from. Right. What your question was, your cousins, they don't want to listen when you're talking about, taking a stand and fighting for our country. They say that we are being xenophobic. You understand? Is that what you're saying, right?
Okay, so not just my cousins. So, on Facebook, I manage two of Action SA's groups. It's probably about 120,000 people, and the minute if you do not clarify that you do not want illegal foreigners or too many economic migrants, if you don't clarify, people get put off because they don't want to be seen as hateful. So it's this very delicate balance.
Okay. Kifilo, I think you get emotional about this. You don't have to.
Why
You
do
just
I get
give them time.
emotional?
Be patient. Gifilo, please, just give them time to understand and join us. I'm gonna say this again. When this Put South Africa first started, it was not so easy. It was only a few that joined, and for years, it was only a few who remained. You understand? It's only this year, especially after June, where people started joining Put South Africa First. You understand? That's when Action SA started gaining momentum. You understand? So when there was no word that was used for it. It was after. Then after it was progressing, so they started giving out names for it. Then they came up with this one word or name that is xenophobic. You understand? And now everyone, remember, we have the media that only fights for one side, not for the citizens of South Africa, right? So this media, they started understanding is wrong. Xenophobia is what defines South Africans who hate immigrants, right? It does not specify what type or what kind, whether illegal or not, as long as it's immigrant, then you are xenophobic. You understand? No to no to illegal immigrants, then they say you are xenophobic. I was overseas and I was so shocked that these people they came to me. I'm talking about Africans. I'm talking about the Indians, the Arabs. They asked me, "Why are you hating our brothers? Why are you killing our brothers? What have we done to you?" And I said to them, "Would you allow someone to come into your house, rape, kill your children, and force you out of your house?"
Okay.
You
No, I hear you. You're preaching to the choir.
So,
So my question is, what are we
so
doing
whatever.
about the perception? Because the perception is there. So what are we doing
let
to
me
get rid of
finish.
it?
Let me finish. Um, what you need to do not force them. Do not be emotional about this. Like I said, it took us years to get to this point to have a space with people who are new to this idea. You understand? They would call us xenophobic. They would swear at us. But today, I'm happy to say that there are people who are fighting with us now. And there will be more who will be joining us, including the ones that you are saying they are always saying we are xenophobic. So do not be emotional. Give them time, relax, try to teach them, try to understand that at this
So,
moment,
okay.
they don't really
So
understand
they'll
what's
support.
really
Okay.
happening.
So,
So
so
not
just, it's not about being emotional. They will support something like Action SA because Action SA has it very clearly what the issue is. So my question earlier, is there some kind of, us as Put South Africa First organization, is there a document that is very clearly states?
I'm sorry, I'm just going to have to jump in there. Kifilo, there is an organization that is
Okay.
registered. I'm going to forward you the link. You will see everything that is there, and that's the thing. I've spoken to Gwena about this because there are other participants like Land Thief. You can follow his uh what do they call this? Our names on Twitter. Sorry, I'm tired. But you can follow Land Thief on the timeline. He's one of the participants. I think he's a secretary there on the NGO that is registered. So I'm going to drop you the link now of the organization. It's there. It's self-explanatory. So I can see that Gwena is back now. Gwena, you've been speaking with Put South Africa First. The lady here is asking about Kifile. She's asking about the organization Put South Africa First and if there's a document that she can refer people to so that they understand what our organization stands for, so that people do not misinterpret us as being xenophobic and stuff like that. So I just had to jump in there. I'll
Thank you.
go back and
Thank you.
Thank you, Queen. It's just that I've been having connection issues. To answer Kifilu's question, I think Mangalani has already covered that. But what she wants about the link of the organization, please do send her to that. Unfortunately, yes, Kifile, there is issues of our name being attached to certain things, and it's gonna take time. You work on perception. It's not something that you wake up today and it's gonna change. What happened? It was unfortunate years ago, when people were burning other people and whatever. We don't advocate for violence. Unfortunately, we don't. But in the same line that we're saying that we do not advocate for violence, is that what happened before, because the movement was hijacked by certain elements. Even when I was speaking about the issue of us marching, not marching on the 17th, because we have to move that, is because of we want to realign the image of what Put South Africa is. So Quinn will send you that. But it's not gonna be something that we do today, and then a lot of people think that no, we are actually saying put South Africa, this is what it is and this is what, because we need to work on this and we need to educate our people. Our people don't even know the basics of even Immigration Act, so obviously they can't even understand what put South Africa is. So yes, Hammond does have a clear vision of what put South Africa is, but Tina, some people don't know us because we are not on Facebook or we are not appearing on TV to educate the minority or the majority of our people that are in villages about this. So we need all of us to be on the ground to be informing them, and it's gonna take time. That's why I was saying to Bonks earlier that I want him to do the groundwork in Twani with me, and we need to do that. And over time people will understand and will get the message. But we are being very clear, we do not entertain any factions of the ANC or EFF. We are a civic movement, that's it.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. No, I just
Kwena, Kwena,
thank you.
just to correct you, Kwena, just to correct you, there's no faction in EFF. There's only one king.
Maybe you don't know of the politics of the EFF, but let me not bite there. I don't want
Yeah,
to
what
end up
happened
fighting
to
with people
Zozi?
actually on the space.
No,
No, it's
guys,
fine.
guys, it was meant to be a joke. So if it's not funny, don't laugh at me.
Right, yeah.
I'm laughing because I know you're joking, so that is why I'm laughing.
Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, I see we're not playing politics as mentioned. Yo, just to say this again is sorry nobody. Don't ask around how to be found. I represent the people on the ground. And by people I mean the shadows. I'm in the streets, I'm everywhere. I don't represent any party. I'm not affiliated with any organization for that matter. But I just want to add to the cause to what you guys are doing positively, because I mean I do see by put South Africa first. Let me just understand this before I jump into conclusions. Are we talking about put South Africa first as in missing my money?
Put South Africa first is not Musi My Money. It can never be Musi My Money. I think if you remember, as you know, what was given the history. I don't know if you're not
I
there.
probably missed it. Yeah.
Yeah, so the history of this organization, there was even a time where this movement was actually even banned on Twitter. So it's a civic organization, it's an MPO. That's what we are. We are just ordinary South Africans and who are non-partisan. We're not saying that other people cannot participate in politics. It's our choice is not to enter into the political parties because, like Mangalani put it, will end up getting diluted. So let's rather play safe and not get mixed up with the politics. So that is why I was telling Kifile that over time it needs us to even be on the ground to give a clear message of who we are as people. But it's gonna take time because
All
we are
right.
working on removing our perceptions.
Okay, I get it. I get it. Is that my feedback? Oh, okay, all right. So let me just give you what the people on the ground need right now. I mean, as much as we can try to say that we're not about politics. I mean, everything revolves around politics. The word politics actually derives from the word people. So it has something to do with people. At some point, we're going to have to go through politics to get what we want. But my point is the people on the street, what we need is the foreigners and everybody who's not from South Africa are really, especially Africans, we fighting for scraps. If we're gonna say that they're doing this and people labeling your movement as in like me standing my ground, making sure that I do what I'm supposed to do, then someone else coming over, getting opportunities in an unfair way. That what we need in that case is enough for everyone. I believe in South Africa, there's enough for everyone. So the movement, what we would like to see going, or I'm not really going to go into it, but what we want to see is new state owned entities, right? So we're not going. Yes, we're gonna march, but we need to move to a point where we no
Nobody,
longer
no, no,
march
no,
anymore.
nobody,
Nobody,
no,
nobody,
nobody,
nobody.
nobody,
Please.
nobody, no, nobody,
We're gonna have to
nobody.
stop
Yes,
you,
sir.
and we're
Uh,
gonna do that very,
yeah.
very fast.
Oh,
And we're not gonna be apologetic about it, because every week we keep on having this kind of round conversation of what puts South Africa, and more especially from RET people and the cabal and whatever. We just said we are not part of politics, meaning that we are saying that we are not being part of politics. It does not mean that we are not saying that we will not participate in politics. Politics are politics, but not being part of a certain party or a certain faction or being recognized as part of a certain faction, that's what we don't want. Those things that you want to
Right.
bring on this, it's something that we do not advocate for. That one you can go do with, I think there is a space that they run with those kind of things. You can go try to find the space, not here, not here, please, because we want to wrap up the space and you are taking up the
Just
time
one
that no,
parting
no, no,
word.
no, no, wait, 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 wait. We are trying to get other people to speak, especially the members of Put South Africa First. So can you please allow them to speak, because you can't keep on going on and be speaking about shadows on the street
All right.
that
Oh,
you are
fair
hearing
enough.
on.
Fair enough.
Thank you.
Okay, just thank you, Khadi. Thank you
It's
for fixing
Kwena, so
that.
I just needed a new name actually.
Koina, okay, okay. Thank you for fixing that. It was, trying. It was gonna derail the whole, point of whatever that we are on about here. And yes, to add on what you just said, Kwena, if you were following Put South Africa First, I believe it was last year or a year before last when it was said that Put South Africa's Put South Africa First is not aligned to any political party, and if there is anyone who thinks that way, no, they are absolutely wrong. And I remember I was posting a lot of pictures from some of the people who were making money out of the hashtag put South Africa First. And we tried by all means to stop that, because there were people um, who saw an opportunity, and including the political parties. You understand? So that has not changed. We are citizens, not political party. This is meant for citizens. So if you want to bring your political party to take over this space, no, it's not going to happen.
Uh, thanks a lot for that. You know what, and well, let's forgive nobody, because there are always people when you're fighting for this, they always tell you, why don't you fight for that? And I always say to them, I'm happy to join you. Go and start the fight on that. I will be rooting for you. It's the same debate when the affirmative action was started. Somebody said, no, don't do affirmative action, rather try to grow the pie. We are all for that. Go ahead and grow the pie, we'll join you. But on this space, we know what we are fighting for. And what we are fighting for Put South Africa First. It's our movement, and we are not going to be sidelined. We are not going to be sidetracked. We are not going to allow people to divert us into other things. So, if you want to really fight about, yes, Africa is for all Africans, yeah, we are happy for you to fight that. But for now, we want to make sure that the laws and the rules and regulations of this country are followed, and Put South Africa First. It's unapologetic about it. So, in the interest of time, let's give, uh, I see, Titus, and then we'll have all the previous speakers to wrap up, and then we can then close our space for the day. Titus, the floor is yours, please.
Titus, the floor is yours. Unmute yourself, please. In that case, while we're waiting for Titus, let's have Raymond. Raymond, the floor is yours, and then we'll have Queen. Wrapping up, please.
Once again, good evening, compatriots. Just as I wrap up for tonight, I think one thing we must not dilly-dally around: the freedoms that we enjoy in South Africa, freedom of association, freedom of speech, are hard fought. People died for those freedoms that we enjoy today. So we cannot dilly-dally on issues that we feel strongly about. And I think the narrative that has been pushed by the media about put South Africa first being equates to xenophobia, I think it's disingenuous on the media. And I also think that, social media plays a role in terms of perpetuating that narrative. Because if we even go back, remember the incidents of xenophobia that happened previously. I mean, people, put up old videos that had nothing to do with xenophobia, but because there was this certain narrative that needed to be portrayed, and so they used those, kind of information to say this is what is happening in South Africa. And you find out some of the videos were old videos from years ago or from different stories from other countries. And I think we need to be steadfast in what we believe in. We need to conscientize people. Not all of us will see things as they are. Some of us will see faster, some are slow, in terms of catching up. But I think let's move forward. At least now we've got political parties such as Patriotic Alliance, Action SA, who have put the issue, of illegal immigration on the map. People are now starting to get to know what is the actual issue. It has got nothing to do with xenophobia. If you go to other countries, there's protection for semi-skilled and unskilled workers. There's certain sectors that no one can just enter and be employed because you have to look after your citizens. Now, if skilled and unskilled workers, it is only now illegal immigrants who are there. We need to protect South African citizens, those who've got no skills or semi-skilled. Those jobs need to be protected. And I love what the truck drivers did because they took to the streets, South African truck drivers, because they were hungry, looking after 7 to 8 members of one family and with nothing to put on the table. And only now that the government is realizing, the problems that they have created, and only now that they are putting up laws, to curb this influx of truck drivers. So I think we need to be steadfast. It is not going to be an easy journey, but we need to soldier on. Thank you.
Quinn, you may speak.
Thanks, Raymond, for that submission. Let's have Save SA. Save SA has been waiting for quite some time. Save SA, are you able or are you still struggling with your connection?
Yeah, I see her as a listener, so that's why I said Quinn can speak.
She's still struggling. So go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, guys. I just want to emphasize the issue of the march on the 24th. Gwena, can we meet at least twice per week now so that we can have the numbers? I'm going to speak to Land Thief about the spreading the link. I'm going to ask him first if we can start retweeting and educating people about the march. I believe that the word itself is self-explanatory. It's about putting South Africans first in South Africa. I don't know why it has to be so difficult for people to understand this if they are South Africans and if they have vested their interest in South Africa. I know that there are people who have married foreign nationals. I know that there are people who are working with foreign nationals and they are benefiting on cheap labor. I experience it daily when these Afrikaners give work to Zimbabweans, to Malawians. We see it happening daily. If you can go to our towns, all our shops are run by foreign nationals. So we know that you are benefiting from getting credit from them and stuff like that. So if someone just can ask, I'm going to speak to Lenthef and to the organization, and then can I ask Mangalani and Bongs and Kwena to try, and so that next week we can have two spaces. And then as I said, I'm in Kempton Park. If there are people who are based there who would like to move with me, I will I'm even offering my car. I can pick people up at certain points, and then we can meet on the 24th, because I feel that we need those numbers, and so that we can continue. One last thing. I just want to say that it was not easy for Steve Biko to push his idea. He was expelled from medical school for an idea to want to see South Africans free. It was not easy for Sobukwe. He was imprisoned in solitary confinement for him to see his people free, for Azania to come back, for Israel to. If you can look at from that point, it was not free for Winnie Mandela, for her to fight for our liberation. They faked all those deaths. They had people who were spies, who were working as informants, who were actually on the TRC lying about her, So we have those people now in these spaces. They are listening. They will want to go back to their masters and report on what we want to do. But we must not tire. Aluta continue izolwe tumele libuye. We must not, we are here because we are activists. We were born for this. We must not allow these people to come here and infiltrate our land. They must go back to our land. We are not being xenophobic. You will never go to Zimbabwe and get there and open a corner with tomatoes and spinach and sell there and say that you're an economic migrant. So people, that is what I'm going to close with. My DMs are open. I'm going to be there on the 24th. I'll bring water. I'll bring whatever I can, just so that we can continue with the march. Aluta, continue.
Thank you, Queen, for your words of inspiration, encouragement. I wish it was this easy every day, because every time when we get into battles of shutting people down, it's not the most easiest, and we're not like, I can't do it very nicely. I know for a fact. So you guys don't have to remind me. I know that I can get very rude. And my apologies if maybe there's other people that maybe the one that I made angry. But like Queen said, we are not gonna be tracked back, sidetracked by other issues. Ours, it's put South Africa first. And it's very self explanatory, unless I don't know if you don't understand that. Yes, we have bad images and whatever, but we're gonna have to start somewhere. And all of us need to participate in that and needs to work on that. So Wena Bongs, thank you for coming back. You are going to commit yourself. I'm in Pretoria. You're going to work the ground with me. Thank you for coming back. I was waiting for you to return.
No, 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 no. Definitely next week I'm there. Definitely Monday. From Monday, I'm in
Kwen-
PTA. Currently I'm not,
Kwena,
but then definitely Monday I'm back. We will communicate
Kwena,
further on private, and we'll make a way forward.
Kwena. You know why our space it's trouble free today?
Tell me, tell
Am
me,
I
tell me.
audible, guys?
Tell me, actually.
Ah, the troublemakers are watching football.
Oh. Oh no. Yeah, okay. Everybody's watching football. No, it's nice.
So
Like you always
so
say, we'd rather
so
have a small
uh
number than have a huge number that makes no difference and
so
delays.
Kwena,
So, yeah.
Kwe- Kwena,
Mm-hmm.
Kwena, can I just say to people, we have treated right at the top, we have treated the march for the 24th. Everybody, if we can all retweet that, please, guys, to make sure that we spread the word. And I don't think when you will want to close this before we listen to Thibaut Touch and Vanguard. It's your call. You decide.
I do wanna listen to them.
I'm already overruled, so it can't even be my decision. So, no, I don't have any, actually.
Ukhona uThibo Touch vele. Where is he?
see him. I think like
Ukhona ule
Queen
So,
phansi.
suggested
so,
that
so,
no, let's
guys,
not overplay it. Let's not do that. Queen suggested that next week for mobilization purpose we'll have the space on Tuesday and Thursday. So we'll do that. And then I guess everybody will speak then. So let's not overdo something good. I think we are done for the night. This is it for the night. We'll see each
Final.
other Tuesday.
Can I just add something? I'm sick and tired. In my township, I've been getting questions. That what must we do now that we have babies with these guys? I mean, why? Like really? Like I'm fed up with that question. Compatriots to say, we have babies with these guys. Now, what's gonna happen to the fathers of our kids? I mean, what nonsense is that? I'm sorry
It's
for
the
sounding
same if somebody
insensitive.
says I have a baby with a Bangladesh man. Like, do we have to carry the struggle of somebody as far as Bangladesh? Like, do you
Oh
guys
my
even understand
gosh,
how far that place is? No, man. No,
we're
just try
screwed.
to be
okay,
gentle. I mean, they've already,
okay.
integrated them.
Order, order, Patriot. Let's apologize to Tibo Touch and Vanguard and ask them, please join us. We all agreed that, as per Queen's request, we will have this space again on Tuesday and Thursday. Please avail yourself, guys. We promise you, Tibo Touch and Vanguard, you will be the first people to speak
I was
on
I was just marking
on
the
Tuesday,
register,
Thursday.
the Mangalani. I was just marking the no comment, nothing. I'm just saying that I'm available. I was listening, even though there was no electricity. I'm just marking the register. I'm not saying anything. Just you to know you guys that present. You see, just present. That's all. I was just marking the register.
Okay, no, guys, let's not forget our match. It will need all of us. We'll keep up with the information. I think even on Tuesday we might have an update. Meeting with Mangalani and Lolo and Put South Africa over the weekend,
No,
and yeah, we will
we're
update you guys.
no, we're meeting on weekend.
I
Yeah.
don't think there's gonna be any change. That one won't happen like this one. There won't be any change of the date. So the 24th it is. So everybody concentrate your energy towards the 24th, and then we shall see each other. Queen, I DM'd you my numbers. Please do WhatsApp me. Don't WhatsApp me now because I'm gonna be with family. They are busy calling me now. I will talk to you tomorrow.
No problem. No problem.
But hopefully my small account will remain very small. I don't want it to to grab attention, so it can assist me as my backup account, just to continue to avail myself on the space. So yeah, thank you for being
No,
there. Thank you, Bongs, and
feeling
thank you
it's
everyone for
mutual,
participating.
Wena, and thanks. Cheers, compatriots. Have a good weekend. Enjoy. Talk to you again on Tuesday. Bye.
Bye.